Okay, I'm so happy to see part of your smiling faces on our first official team call of the, I guess, rebirth or whatever you want to call it. I want to go over the announcements from Summit, but first share a little story. This by far was the best Summit for me. It's my fourth one, and my first one was in Vegas, and I went all by myself. I didn't know a soul. I met some guy at the airport that I had met on Facebook, and he was my roommate. It's the first place we met. And it was pretty good. You know, I went home bawling like a baby. The second year I missed, and then the year after that's where I met Brandon through Mindy. And he was a total stranger too. I met him at the hotel. We hit it off, become best friends, been friends ever since. And that was an excellent summit. But that pretty much started when I became part of Mindy's team, unofficially. But Mindy was sick that year, right, Mindy? I hardly even seen you.
Ryan and I were separated, and once I got away from all the drama, I literally crashed, and I stayed in my room pretty much the whole time. I walked across stage, and that was about it.
That's right. That's right. The year after that, I stayed with Mindy and 6 or 7 of her coaches in a house. That was last year. And that was awesome. That was the best summit up until this one. But I remember them all leaving me to go to the Declination lunch. And, you know, I played it cool. It's okay. And they were like, bye, Charlie, we'll see you later. I had to go pick up a friend from the airport anyway. But I was really bummed about that, to be honest. I mean, deep down, it kind of messed with me. So this year was totally different. Totally different. I felt, I don't know, it was so emotional that I got to actually be part of a team. I mean, meeting everyone from Diesel Nation and meeting all the new coaches from Team Relentless, I just felt like I belonged, like it was my first real summit. And I don't know how many times I cried, too many to count. But I came home with like this huge summit hangover. I was so pumped up and so excited. You got to understand, you know, every day we go through our days and we're inviting people and talking to people, and you get used to that. But once you are surrounded by 30,000 people who all believe what you believe, it's like heaven. You're all there. You all have the same goal. You all have the same mission. And you just feel like you have 30,000, you know, brothers and sisters. So when I got home, I was all excited. And like for all day Sunday on my way home and Monday, people were still posting pictures and tagging me, and I was tagging them, and I still felt like I was at Summit. And then Monday evening, I come home from work, and then I found out that 6 people that had all told me yes before I left to go to Summit had pretty much backed out. Well, 3 of them backed out. One of them, her father just passed away. The other 2 just won't answer me. So I said, that's okay. That's okay. That's how it goes. I understand. No problem. So I went back to work. And I started inviting people, and I just kept getting no after no after no. And without even thinking, I just got frustrated. I was like, really? I mean, I just come from this place where everyone believed what I believe, and now I'm right back into this grind, and I got frustrated. I got pissed off, and I was like, I just can't believe this is happening. And then I caught myself. That's where personal development comes in. I caught myself, and I realized that all these rejections that I was getting is just redirections. Rejection is a redirection. And had it not been for everything that I've been through and all the personal development, I would have eventually caught on to what I was doing, but it really helped me catch myself very quickly. Matter of fact, I was talking to Brandon yesterday. He's like, how's it going? And I said something like, oh, it's pretty shitty. And I told him what was wrong. And that's when it hit me that what I was thinking, I was like, I can't believe I'm actually even thinking this way. So that totally changed things around and set me back where I was supposed to go. I mean, we are so privileged to have this opportunity to offer to people. It's the best thing in the world. It's awesome. And if you remember that and just treat every rejection as just a seed that you're planting, and it's going to grow. they may say no, but they're going to start watching a lot closer. So I just wanted to share that story because it's going to happen to you. You're going to go to Super Saturday. You're going to get fired up. You're going to go to Summit. You're going to get fired up. And then you're going to come home and you go, oh, it's going to happen. So just remember, that's what we deal with every day. Okay. Summit recap. I'm sure most of you guys have already heard all this stuff. It's been a couple days. Everybody's talking about it. Everything's in your back office, but I'll run through it real fast. We had a lot of announcements. Number one was Clean Week. It comes out in September. That's going to be really awesome because instead of, having your, 5-day challenges, you can use this. They get 7 samples of Shakeology. It's a week of workouts. It's what's our name? James, the new trainer, Jamie Davis, something like that. It's the blonde.
Megan Davies.
That's it. The second one was the Daily Sunshine, the Shake for Kids, which is pretty awesome. Rebel likes it, but likes Shakeology better. The third one was Double Time. It's a workout for families by Tony Horton. The fourth one, which was most exciting to me, was the UK launch. Is going to be in October the 19th. I'm super fired up about that one. The fifth one, the Beachbody On Demand Android app. I've already got it, and it's badass. They announced Coach Summit. It's going to be in Indianapolis. If you haven't got your ticket already, do it unless you're going to make Success Club your first 3 months, like me and Paige, right, Paige? There's going to be a new coach online office, which was badass. They showed a little picture of it because the one we have now just, I'm used to it. So when the new one comes out, it's going to drive me crazy. A brand new redesigned beachbody.com website, which we really need because I always use the Coach mobile app because if I send them a link, every one of them gets confused. They can't find what they're looking for. The Diamond Bonus Pool, which is super badass. And the Team Cup, which brings me to, let me see, Lindsay's on here, Brittany's on here. Okay, they're all here. We're going to have a little powwow probably this weekend, next weekend, a Zoom call to figure out how we're going to attack that. But guys, I'm not playing. I'm going to be serious about this because I was on Mindy's team last year, and there's big shoes to follow. She's badass, and I want everyone to at least get Success Club 5, and I will do everything I can to help you do that. Okay, that's pretty much all the announcements. I've got a couple takeaways, aha moments, I guess. Shalene, oh my God, she tore it up. And if you haven't, I think I shared Amanda's video today. She's got some super great information. If I didn't, it's on the Team Relentless page about social media. But take out a pen, piece of paper, because Shalene had us write these 3 things down. I want you to write down. The first one is borrowed words are for the birds. Borrowed words are for the birds. The second one is don't tell me you're about to sell me. Don't tell me you're about to sell me. And the third one was likes wear thin, questions for the win. Likes wear thin, questions for the win. The days of attraction marketing are dying. What she was suggesting is curiosity marketing. So when she says borrowed words are for the birds, that means use your own words, guys. Don't copy what someone else does. Take that idea and make it your own. Because people are doing the same thing over and over and over. You can scroll any day and see 5 or 6 posts of coaches saying the exact same thing, especially if it was working. So be different, stand out. Don't tell me you're about to sell me. Don't you hate it? Like, the only time that really happens to me, because I don't do a whole lot of shopping, but when I go to buy shoes, there's always like 5 or 6 people in the shoe store that all kind of attack you. Or furniture, especially you go in the furniture store, there's like fighting over you. And they come up, 4 of them will shake their head before you even look at what you're wanting to buy. So people don't like that. They run from that. Don't use your links to your website. Don't post pictures of the products. Don't just call out workouts by name. Kind of be mysterious a little bit. Say, hey, I'm fixing to do this workout. It's 25 minutes long, and it combines, resistance and weight training. It's awesome. People in the test group got awesome results. And then leave it at that. You don't need a shitload of likes on every post. What you need is people to ask questions. If you get 2 people a week to come to you and take that conversation offline, where you can actually have a conversation, that's what you want. If you give them all the information in a post, they're going to Google it. And another thing she talked about was, don't say beach body all the time. Every now and then it's okay. But people will run from that because first thing they're going to do, they're going to Google it. And every, network marketing company, if you Google that, the first thing it's going to say is pyramid scheme, scam, ripoff, or there's going to be one coach on there that tells you everything about it and pumps it up that's not you. So keep that in mind. Let's be mysterious and use curiosity. Another thing, something that Julie Vorse said that I thought was interesting. I've heard this before, but she said every time that you push play and drink Shakeology, you're building a suit of armor. That's your armor of belief. So when people do give you an objection, it's just going to bounce right off of you because you know this stuff works. You're a ride and die, blue bleeding Beachbody coach, and those bounce right off you. Darren Hardy. Oh my God, he's like my favorite. The Compound Effect is the very first personal development book I ever read, and I was just in awe that I actually got to see him in person. And everything he said, I had heard before 100 times, but hearing it live somehow just kind of soaked into me. And my favorite part, he had this diagram that had 3 sections, and one of them, on one side it said fear, pain, defeat, and failure. And on the other side, it said joy, love, happiness, and success. Right in the middle, that is where your comfort zone is. And he had a picture of like a pendulum. The question was, he had asked some expert, okay, I know what to do. This is what I need to do. How do I do it faster? How do I find success faster? And he told him that you need to double your rate of failure. You need to have massive, massive failure. And he's just like, I don't understand that. So this is where he got this diagram from. If you take a pendulum and you just pick it up all the way as high as you can on the side of fear, pain, defeat, and failure, and you let it go, it's going to go all the way to the top of the other side. So if you fail, have massive, massive failure, double your rate of failure, you're going to double your rate of success. He asks, what is something that unsuccessful people and successful people have in common? And the thing they have in common is they both hate doing the things that make you successful, but the successful people do it anyway. Muhammad Ali hated every single workout that he had to do before a fight, every single one of them, but he loved being world champion. He also talked about, and this is one of my favorite quotes, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, and how's it go? Yeah, discipline weighs ounces, and the pain of regret weighs tons. I think I posted that today on something. The point is, the shit we do every day is very mundane. It's very unsexy. It's not, it's boring. But that's how you become successful, by doing those boring things over and over every single day without fail, even on days when you don't want to. I think that's it. Oh, one more. Amy Silverman. I didn't see her, but I was listening to something today and they mentioned it. Amy Silverman, if you don't know who Amy Silverman is, she's a total badass. I'm not sure if she's 15-star or whatever she is, but she's badass. She said that there are 0 coaches left on her team from when she first started, but she's still here. She said if you do the things you're supposed to do every day, in time, you can't help but be successful. Just don't quit. The very first Super Saturday I went to, Jimmy Hayes Nelson told me the same thing. He said, just be here a year from now. I never forgot that. I say it all the time. You're going to hear me say that over and over again because it's true. Okay, that's about all I had from Summit. I could probably just keep talking, but hi, Katie. Hey, come here. Say hi. Hurry up. Fast. Say hi. All right, I invited Mindy to speak to you guys because she kicks ass and she's always pumps me up. I don't want her to pump you guys up. So, Mindy, take it away.
Hey everyone. Usually I have a lot more energy, but I am like just in, I'm kind of like decompressing from Summit. It was really a lot of information, and I know that I'm sure you guys have seen the stuff that's leaked out from us. I hope that you guys were on the surge last night and then the call. So I'm sure that you guys are kind of like I am. But coming back from Summit, it was totally different than any other summit before for so many different various reasons. I'm 2 years, almost 2 years sober. So this is my second summit sober. My business has shifted. The organization has shifted. And, I'm coming to these events wanting to take away things totally different than before. So you'll have to excuse me. I'm still kind of just like in this brain fog, but I'm still on this high. And I wanted to talk to you guys about getting to event that, I'm just now been building my relationship with you guys over the last 6 months. And I know that we can become really close, get to know one another. Cause that's how Charlie and I met. Literally, we met at an event, maybe, I don't know, his second summit briefly. And then at another event the next year briefly. And then, but all of our relationship has been online, and he's one of my best friends. We're pretty much like family. And so I know we can have the same relationship. But the biggest thing that I want, because you guys are here on this call, so obviously you want something from this business. And that's going to be showing up. Showing up when you don't want to, showing up when it's tough, because this is something that's going to change your life. It's not always going to be easy, but it's going to change your life. But you're going to have to show up for yourself first, but you're going to have to show up for your team. You're going to have to learn to clap for people even when you may not be succeeding, or even when you're in a funk. Like, I'm really tired tonight, but I showed up because I want to be here to excite you guys, to encourage you guys, to get to know you guys. So that's part of this. And if you think about any part of life, being a parent, going to work, there is lots of things that you do that you don't want to do. But this will actually pay dividends to make your life better. And so I've seen so many people give up on this, but they'll still go to that job they hate, and they'll still punch a clock for a person they hate. They'll still stand at the water cooler and gossip about other people in the office with people they hate. This is your business. This is your life. You obviously have some belief, and I know it can get stronger, but that's going to be meaning showing up on calls, showing up and checking into the team page, connecting with people, showing up to events. I know that we're all over the place, Brits in Canada, but I want you to show up to events. Get to know people. I mean, when I got started here in my town, nobody knew what Beachbody was. Nobody knew what Shakeology is. Now you can't go to the post office without seeing Beachbody challenge boxes and Shakeology boxes there. I brought it to this town. But in the beginning, I had nothing. There was no foundation here. I was the foundation, and I built it to become something big in our small community. And I saw what Diesel Nation was doing in Miami, and they were 800 strong, probably, around then. I remember being so jealous, oh, I wish I lived there. I wish I lived there. And you catch yourself saying things like, I wish, or I can't do this because. But then change that language around that. If we're spread out all over, then what can you do locally to mimic what you're seeing other people do? And that's exactly what I did. And these events are what literally changed my life. So Summit's a whole year away. And Michelle, which is Brandon's cousin, she shared something with us when we were at Summit, that when she registered last year, because she was super jealous, not in a bad way, but she was watching all of us posting, and she'd gotten to know me through social media, because once her cousin Brandon started talking about Pio and everything, she started following me, and we formed this friendship. And she couldn't be there last July, but she wanted to. So as soon as we threw up hey, we're going to be going to New Orleans next year, the tickets are, I don't even remember how much they were. she bought it right away. And so I know that it's a huge commitment. It's a huge financial commitment and everything, but this was something that meant something to her. So she told her husband what she was going to do, and he was all for it. And so then, but she knew as a mother, as, you know, somebody that's contributing to the family, she didn't want to take away from it financially. So she was smart. She didn't wait till the last minute. Every week she socked away 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks. So what she came to Summit with was not taking from her family. You know, because we all do that. We nickel and dime crap from our family all the time. We go and buy a $5 coffee. We buy, you know, junk at the store that we don't need. But she took those things and took it aside, set it in a dresser drawer, made sure she had it. So when she went to New Orleans, it wasn't a burden. And so so the biggest thing that's going to help you in this business, in all facets of the business, is planning and preparing. Like being, you know, with your fitness, with your meals, with your personal development, with your timing of when you work out. All of this is really important. So I want you to be at Summit, because this is what has really changed everything for successful coaches business, the people who are lifers, because they went to these things and they see it. And I've watched this business, this organization, this company change, and we've withstood these, you know, tides. But the one thing that I took away from Summit is the fact that show up every day and don't be a complainer. I'm not saying you guys are complainers, but I want you to keep this in your head from here forward. Always know that there's something in the pipeline for us, and always know that your voice is heard. As much as people say, I wish this happened, they have no freaking clue how long it takes to do the things that they're doing for us. Well, I've seen that. I've seen it all the time. Like when I became a coach, challenge packs were brand new, but I know how difficult it was before, trying to get people sold on it. So they gave challenge packs to coaches. They had, you know, Success Club points assigned to that. When I first became a coach, you could sell as many challenge packs as you want. If you didn't sign a coach, you didn't hit Success Club. So my first month, I signed up on February 15th of 2012. I had 13 Success Club points by the end of the month, but I didn't sign my first coach until week 3. So I didn't hit Success Club. I still say I hit Success Club because I still, you know, help that many people. But I didn't actually technically do it. But they heard how difficult it was, because, you know, here was the thing. So what did they do? They took that away. You know, I see that they've, you know, now they've given us 2 Success Club points for Shakeology, because helping somebody, you know, even if they don't get a fitness program, we're still instilling belief in them, helping them become proof the product works. So they're giving us that. Carl saw in this private group that I was in after Punta Cana for like 80 some odd days or however long, he was saying that we were all, you know, cooking up these menus and doing all this work and helping people with clean eating groups. And I can't tell you how many hours I'm like, geez, this would have been nice years ago, but like he had no clue what we were doing, you know. And this is how amazing our CEO is, that he cleared his schedule and made time to be in this group with us, to listen to us, to hear our pain, to figure out what was going on. But, you know, better late than never. They are working on a 7-day meal plan, access for people where they're tied to us, where they get 7 days worth of Beachbody on demand, very basic workouts. Because before we were having, I had this issue with Sean. Everybody that signed up with the 30-day or the 14-day free trial, they wanted the challenge pack. It was a total pain to cancel it, because if they called in to cancel it, then the people on the customer service end were like, they had their scripts like, oh no, we'll extend it, blah, blah, blah. So then it screwed a bunch of coaches, so they fixed that. Now coaches are making less on their Shakeology home direct orders because of the 10% club discount. That was affecting our income over the last year. So they've changed that. They're taking that away. I see how that they are launching the different facets that Charlie talked about, the Coach Online Office and all these different things. They're launching it to Canada first, because I've heard it where Canada's always like, you know, the US always gets the first, we're always the last, we get screwed because of it's like so expensive. And I know that's not Beachbody's fault, but I know it's so much more expensive for Canadian coaches to get product shipped to them and all this stuff. So I saw what they did. Like it's something so small, and maybe a lot of the Canadian coaches may not even care, but I saw that it was a small effort to make the Canadian coaches feel special, that they get something first. And that was something that, to me, I was like, this instills belief in this company, that our voices are heard. You know, they talked about consumable products, that we needed something else other than Shakeology. I don't know what's in the pipeline, but here they're you know, we have Daily Sunshine that is ideal for kids with disabilities who have a hard time, eating regular food, kids that, are picky eaters. And it's even ideal for somebody that, I hear this all the time from people like, well, what do I eat on the road? I'm always on the road. I need a snack. Well, Shakeology for a lot of people is not real fun. If they're super picky to just shake and go, I could do it. I'll drink warm water if I have to, but a lot of people are picky. But Daily Sunshine, you grab a bottle of water, throw a packet and mix it up. There's no clumps and you can chug it. It's 120 calories, perfect, ideal. So I mean, they have all these solutions for us, and like everything that we have ever asked for, it doesn't happen right away. But I mean, Jesus Christ, we live in this society where everybody thinks they need it now, but they have no clue what it takes to develop things, to get approval, to get all these different things. But they hear us, and so I've seen a lot of people jump ship in the last year. If they had just stayed, if they had just had a little bit of belief, if they had have been tied into their team, tied into events where they saw really what went into these events, they would have believed. Like, that's my thing, is like things got a little kind of scary for a while. But I had faith. I knew that we were number one priority. We as coaches, we as customers to Carl. And so I was like, I'm not going to jump ship. I'm going to stick it out because I know that we're going to be provided for. And all these other people weren't doing personal development. And I know one person I know that left our team, he showed up to events, but would get hammered and not even show up. He wouldn't show up to team calls. He wouldn't show up into these things. And then he got scared and jumped ship. But the thing was, there was no belief instilled, and I know how to do it. So you have to connect with your coach. You have to connect with your team. You have to connect with corporate events to really see what they do for us, to understand that they're going to provide for us. It just takes some time. And so that was the one thing that I got this summit. There was so much emphasis on family, on children, on relationships. And that's the one thing that I took away, was that we were really a family-based business, and me bringing Rebel, and then now seeing so many people bringing their children. Danielle McKean, who's on our team, she had just had her daughter Haley back in May, and she walked the stage when we were, recognized as elite with Haley in her arms. And Mindy Winder had her son up there when Melanie Mitro was, recognized for being top coach for the third year in a row. Bryce and Landon got to go up on stage and announce their mommy. And the biggest thing to me was, I'm friends with Melanie, and I've seen her over the years. And if you know her, she doesn't like the spotlight. She's seriously humble. It's not even shy. She's just so humble because she's just who she is no matter what. This year, they did something completely different, where they respected who she was, and they made something for her. And they included her family and something that was special for her. So it wasn't about this big production. It was about really making that person feel honored, special, and like they're really known. And it was this emphasis of family, that instead of her having the big top coach belt, her sons had little belts made for them that said, my mom's top coach. But those little things matter, because those little things never happen in corporate world. Those little things don't happen in marriages nowadays. And so when you feel important, when you feel heard, when you feel special, it makes a big difference. So that was my takeaway from Summit. I'm just happy to have you guys officially with us. I'm here to help you, support you guys. Cup is coming. This is where I want you guys to show up, and show up strong. Not for me, not for Charlie, but for your business, for you, for the people out there who deserve what you have to offer. And there's going to be people who say no. There's going to be people who say no, and it has nothing to do with you. Well, I want you to keep going. I want you to be here with us, because I don't want to be one of those Amy Silvermans who are like, well, that one's gone, and that one's gone, and that one's gone, and I'm still here. Because even though that's something that I can say, that I only have two 2012 coaches left. One signed up on like December 31st, 2012. But that's all I have left. And like, it's a proud moment to be able to say, I'm still here. No matter how many people jump ship, no matter how many people left, no matter how many people gave up on their dreams, as sad as that is, I'm proud that I'm still here. But it doesn't feel good when people are gone. And so I want you guys to be here. I want to build a relationship. Don't be quiet in the group. Speak up. Post stuff. I mean, I saw Amanda Leduc today came in with a vengeance after 3 years, and I'm just like, who is this chick?
It was amazing.
Like, yeah, I mean, and she found her strength at Summit. She found her strength at Summit. She found her strength because she felt like she was part of us. She learned. She came up, and she also went to Tony Robbins with my husband and I and Brandon and everybody in March. And these little things where she just showed up and felt like she was part of the team has made her take her confidence from like negative numbers to like a 10. And, you know, I want that for you. You know, I want that for you. I want you to be part of this. I want you to succeed. And that's the one thing that I really felt, I've always felt has never changed, that they want us to succeed. It's not about me. Of course, Carl wants to get rich. Who doesn't want to make a lot of money? Like, I want to be wealthy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no shame in that. But the focus is always on people. And, you know, even Shalene came out and she was really pointed about, you know, some of her tips about social media. And, you know, she was like, I'm not trying to be hurt your feelings. And I was like, of course you're not. She truly wanted to see us succeed. And I felt that love, I felt that there. And I say it myself, that I truly want to see you guys succeed, not for money in my pocket, not for any recognition, but I just want to see you succeed because I know what this has done for me, and I want everybody to have that. And so anyways, I'm happy you're part of the team officially. Some of you, if you're needing help getting some of your coaches started right, please reach out to us. I talked to Charlie about this. If you have new coaches, make sure that they're put in the team page. I don't care if they're discount coaches. Let them know who we are. It's a huge disservice when you sign coaches and they don't know anything about team. They know nothing about what's going on, because most people, like Melissa Gami posted the other day, a picture of her and Katrina. Like, Katrina was like, if you make me sell something, I'm going to quit. Now Katrina's like her rock star coach and has been. How would it have been if she had not put her on the team page? And I reached out to Katrina when she wanted to quit, and within her first like 15 months of being a coach, and we've gotten close because I let her see what the opportunity was that she was giving up, and it's changed everything for her life. And so, you know, make sure that you're not making decisions for people because of what they said, because most of the time people say stuff and they don't even know what they mean. You know, they say no, or they say I won't do something, and it's because of fear. And they need, even if they stay discount coaches, they need our support, you know. So anyways, that's my piece. Anything else you wanted me to say, Charlie?
Nope, that wraps it up. I had one other thing. You guys, if you're the reason most people quit is because they think that they are not worthy or that they suck at this. So if you're having a hard time, that's going to be expected. You're going to struggle. We all struggle. But, you know, share that with the team. We are your backbone. If you're having a shitty day and you need to vent, message me. You can vent to me all day long. But if you get that off your chest, maybe I might be able to say something, or Mindy might be able to say something, or somebody else might be able to say something that's going to help you and make you feel better. So don't keep that inside. Don't bottle it up and think it's just you, because it's not just you. Everyone goes through the same thing. Another thing.
Piggybacking off that, though, before you go to the next thing, is that my husband decided that he wanted to go crew the Tony Robbins event in New York. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was kind of surprised he wanted to do that, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to say he was a total dick before we left. And he usually is anyways, but he's like extra, you know. And I was like, okay, whatever. And he is somebody that doesn't vocalize anything, doesn't talk to anybody, doesn't ask for help, doesn't ask for support. You never know what he's going through. Like, we dropped him off at the airport. Me and the girls went school clothes shopping. And as he was boarding the plane, he decided, I guess he finally was so nervous, or it was there was a safety net, because I was, you know, he was getting on a plane, he was through text, but he was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. He's like, I almost canceled 1,000,000 times, but I forced myself to go. And so, like, what Charlie said was like, it would have been so much easier for him had he told me that, because he was obviously stressing out. He was stressing me out, because you can tell when the vibe's all messed up with people and you don't know what it is. And I'm like, I offered him the same support then that I would have offered all along, and which would have made those couple weeks that he was nervous a whole lot better. And the thing is, like, there's no shame in being nervous or scared or worried or fearful of failure. I'm like paralyzed with fear right now about a project that I'm getting started on, and I'm just stuck. I've been stuck here for like a couple weeks now. So, like, it's totally normal, but like, talk to us, because we're here. We're like riding in the car with you. We're your family, and like, what you're feeling is normal. Why suffer by yourself? You know, just, if anything, it's nice to know that you're not the only one who's suffering with some of the things you may be struggling with. So I want to share that.
Yeah, that's what actually helped me the other day when I was stressing out and frustrated, is that I talked to Brandon, and I didn't even realize what it was at the time until I talked to him. And he's like, dude, just keep going. And I went, the light bulb came on. But just be able to to spit it out and get it off my chest and talk to someone about it opened my mind up. That's the way it works. The last thing I want to talk about was the launch to the UK. I have one friend who's been following me for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years that lives in the UK. So I hit him up. I told him like a month ago when I found out where we were going. He's like, oh, that's cool. So today I messaged him. He's ready to sign up today. But what I did is I went to his friends list and I added 6 or 7 of his friends to my friends list, because all you need really is one. They got a bunch of friends. You get a couple of those, they have a bunch of friends, and it just spreads out. So if you know anyone from the UK, hit them up or go to their friends list. If you don't, go get in some groups and find somebody from the UK, because that's all it takes. It's like a spider web. That's all I have. I hope you guys got a little something out of this. I'm sure you got a lot more from Minnie than you did from me. But I'm super excited. I'm fired up, man. I'm so ready to just kill this. And I'm ready for the Team Cup. I'll get with you guys tomorrow. We'll set up something when we can have a Zoom call or something. Figure out how we attack it. What do you think about the name? I kind of come up with that whole spur of the moment. Lindsay, you got an opinion? You like it? Okay. Paige, you like it?
I love it.
Okay. Usually we kind of vote on it, but I was in a hurry. I was at work and I said, oh, that sounds good.
Charlie, do you still have that Team Cup planning thing that we used last time?
Maybe in my Dropbox or whatever.
I have it right here.
Okay. If I don't have it, I'll get it from you.
I'll send it to you via.
I know there was a group that had a badass video that we all watched. I don't remember where it was. From someone who won it last year, I think, or the year before.
I just sent it to you in the messenger.
Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate you showing up. Show it for yourself.
Oh yeah! Congratulations, Brittany, for getting back on track. I'm so proud of you. I know how hard it must be.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I'm proud of you too, Brittany. I'm so happy to see you. It's like, I don't know, the world is right again because you're working out.
I missed her posts. I missed all of her posts. I mean, I loved all the Isaiah posts, but like I missed her posts.
Feels good to be back again. It's tough, but it feels good.
Good.
Well, it's going to be tough for a little while, but you'll be right back in the swing of things before you know it.
So I have like a funny Canadian joke. Sorry, but like Kim Fitzpatrick, she kept saying about. And then did you notice that Carl started saying about afterwards, and somebody else did? Like I noticed, like Stephanie was watching us, like everybody started like saying about like a Canadian. I thought it was just funny to me.
No, I didn't catch that.
It was funny.
But you guys got to be really awesome. I mean, excited that you guys are the first ones to get the website or the back office or whichever one it is. You know, up there in Canadian land, y'all don't get first dibs very much, so you got to be excited about that. I was excited. That's the first thing I thought about. I said, oh, Brittany and Lindsay are going to be happy about that. But then I was kind of pissed off. I was like, wait, what about us? We started here. We're number one.
You can wait. Once we get vegan vanilla, I'll be happy.
Okay.
Amen.
All right, guys, I'm going to close it out. I appreciate you showing up.
Thank you.
Good night.
I'm going to go to bed in a minute. I'm tired. All right. See ya.
Thanks, Mindy. Thanks, Charlie.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.